I'm Victor Foulk. I'm the Vice President of Emerging Technologies at CGI Federal, and I have the honor of sitting with you, Jim Cook, Strategic Engagement Executive at ACT-IAC, and the Chair for the Institute for Innovation. Thanks for taking the time to sit down with me today.
Thanks for inviting me, Victor. I'm glad to be here.
Can you give a little bit of depth and color to what the Institute for Innovation is? But you're going through a significant reboot, so maybe we can talk about that a little bit as well.
So the Institute was created as a place to bring government and innovators from industry and academia together to talk about how to build a culture of innovation. Now, fast forward, one of the reasons we're rebooting the Institute is because the government's in a very different place today. There's innovation, not just pockets of innovation, but critical mass of innovation all across the federal government.
When you talk about lowering the barriers, can you talk a little bit more about what the Institute does and how you achieve that collaboration with government to take those innovators and that innovation and deliver successful outcomes?
First of all, you have to know where the innovation exists, outside of government, inside of government, so that you know, A, you can learn from it, B, you can take advantage of it. Mm-hmm. And so big part of what we're doing is going to double down on some of these connection opportunities where we're creating forums where innovators can come in and share the innovation and the innovation story around things that they've done, whether that's somebody from government or somebody from the private sector. We also are going to be looking at some of the barriers around policy. Policy can be an enabler, it can also be a barrier. And then we want to do a particular focus on research and development. Because again, from your personal experience and professional experience, you know that getting things out of the research world and off the bench into practice and then into full-scale adoption continues to be a challenge. And so we're going to be creating a forum and giving not just researchers the opportunity to learn early in the research cycle what matters to government, using the government's learning agendas, and then creating visibility on ongoing research for the government so that they can identify opportunities to take relevant research and put it into practice, at least in demonstration pilots.
With this bold mission, how do you actually quantify or qualify success? What does that look like? What are the KPIs?
The sort of the overarching metric for me is adoption. Is if what we do matters, then people will use it, and they'll call it their own.
Can you walk me through a little bit of detail around how industry partners with you? What's the method? What's the process?
So there's a couple of different ways, and first and foremost, it's within the Institute itself. The Institute doesn't run without the companies who are members or sponsors of the Institute. Of course, CGI is a big one, and we're really grateful that you're on the team, invested in the Institute, and you personally are serving on the board. I'm really excited to have the opportunity to work with you. But CGI and the other companies, really the diverse group that we've put together that have stepped forward, really are going to be the folks that make this thing go. And so that's one way to engage. And of course, you all are already doing that. But then the next level is as we launch projects, we will be going out to the ACT-IAC community for volunteers, because it is largely a volunteer organization, as you know, and we love to have folks from across the diverse group of membership companies and government agencies that participate work with us on the projects that we launch. And then as we host events and forums, we're going to be reaching out not just to IAC member companies, but part of the role of the Institute is to reach beyond the ACT-IAC membership, which is large and diverse, into the broader innovation ecosystem and engage organizations and people that might not otherwise be actively participating in this government space. This is a great time and a great opportunity that we have in front of us, and the government folks that we reach out to, they're anxious to get involved as well. So I think it's going to be a fun time and a busy time for all of us, and I'm looking forward to it.